Hi, everyone. Welcome to Wise Tips. Thank you so much for joining us. Eduardo, how are you doing today?
I'm awesome. How are you, Rachel?
Doing good, doing good. It was a little break in the heat today, so that was really nice.
Yes, I am here. Look how red I am. So I'm gonna tell you, this mobile app thing is really making me really excited about the whole thing. We are going light speed with the development. I'm really happy. Today we have version 2.1.16 is going to be,
Yep.
the start of our wise tips today, and a bunch of little things. I bet many users are not aware of that we'd like to unveil and bring to the surface for them. So let's start with
Yep.
some announcements. What do we have going on?
Well, I think first and foremost, we should mention our Wisecast this week, which is going to be with Rich Allen of Tour to Profit. So that's really exciting. Definitely check it out. There's already a post about it on here. So mark your calendars, just Thursday at 4 p.m. Really excited about having him on. We're so thankful that he was able to take some time and come join us for that.
Yes, our Wisecast, it's our live podcast. First of all, the idea we have in mind when we decided to create is to have our own podcast was to, for you to listen while you're driving or when you are palpating mares or doing some chores. I don't know if you have the habit of listening to podcasts, but this is something I have done a lot lately. And it's a moment while I can, learn new things while I'm driving or killing time or doing something. It's our gift to you. It's free when we try to bring valuable information. Our attempt here is to have access to amazing people. We have amazing people in our list who are willing to share a little piece of their brain, and we'd like to bring this to you through our podcast. This guy we're going to have next week, I would say this podcast is more for owners, business owners, and managers in higher hierarchy, because he's going to be talking about team management, company culture. Do you have have you had problems with turnover, lots of people in and out? What can you do to hold people longer in your business? Because we know how hard it is to train new talents. It's always hard. So the
Awesome.
podcast it's a time that we're going to dive into this. And then what do we have after that? Because I think we have pretty good stuff coming in the podcasts.
Yes, no. So after that, we've got will be Glenn Witt will be another one we've got coming in the next couple weeks, which will be really exciting with Payment Innovators, which is a
Yep.
credit card processor that we will start being using, which will be really
We
nice.
have
He's a great
had
guy.
lots of our users and clients asking for better rates on credit card transactions. So everybody's trying to squeeze the buck, and I think we found a very, very nice company that can share with us not only good rates, but nice technology. So you
Yes,
can, do
definitely.
security. And every time we do with the chip thing, the rates goes down because it's safer. So we are trying to explore all of that, especially now that we have the mobile app. It's going to be
Yeah.
great. I think we also have going to have one of these events. We're going to post on Facebook for you the calendar of this podcast. Like I said, just create the habit for you when you're driving or doing something, so you can just keep listening, like I do for audiobooks or stuff like that. We know that you guys do not have time. We get it, right, Rachel? We get it.
Yes.
So the podcast, I think it's an opportunity for you to catch up and get the latest, so you can, and we are trying to have fun. I had lots of fun drinking my whiskey in the last happy
Yes, you did. Yes.
hour. So Rachel, is breeding season over for you?
Um, I mean, from what I'm hearing from people, it keeps going. I think right
What's
around this
going
time it
on?
stops, and then I think our friends in the other hemisphere are just starting. So no, it
Holy
doesn't stop
cow. I'm
ever.
going to tell you, not even COVID can stop with the breeding season. My
No,
gosh.
no,
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't.
going on and on and on and on. Okay, you guys can watch our podcast and the Wise Tips. Wise Tips usually are very short videos where we are just giving hits and tips, for you to learn more. Like I said, we get that you guys don't have time. And if you cannot listen to these on the live, just create the habit to go to our Facebook page or like us on Facebook, because there we're going to put the podcast right after the recorded version. Of course, here you can send questions or something. Rachel is paying attention to our live stream. So if you have some questions, we can do that. Our next guests are going to be good. Also, I would like to give it a shout for our webinar in August. Okay, guys, if you have your wish list, prepare your wish list. Like Santa Claus in Wise Option happens in August. So make your list. August is the date, because usually we're getting November, December, and they say, Eduardo, it would be so nice if the program had this. So we are on the corner for the breeding season. Come on, guys. August is the date. If you cannot come, send one of your staff members, just put the list there, because if you don't vote, if you don't request, there's nothing we can do about it.
Very true. Very true. Well, I think we should probably start going with our mobile app and get that on.
All right, let's do that. So
go ahead and get you all.
Okay, so I have here on my screen, the Wise Option application is on the right and the mobile app is on the left. So we can dive into a couple of things here. What do you have for us first, Rachel?
Well, I'll start off first, kind of since the only thing I've kind of got in the desktop version, I think for this one is going to be in the tools and options. And it's actually the ability to create custom queries, or custom search fields for the filters on the mobile application. So if you go over to the tab that says mobile app, which is second from the end there, you can actually see right now, obviously this looks a little empty, but there will be more customizable things coming soon. But right now you can actually set your own featured queries. So you can see the default ones there. That kind of comes standard, palpation only, all active horses, etc. But you can create your own custom ones with different patient tags, customer tag, anything, any combination there above to get you the list of horses you need to see on a regular basis.
Well, you really digged a very deep one to show the guys today, huh?
I was super proud of myself.
Hidden.
I didn't even realize that was there.
I didn't remember this, but I thought that was a very amazing, great idea where users can customize their own list, because sometimes this is all about query. I understand that learning the concept behind queries is hard. Okay, so we get it. So that we are creating more and more e-learnings, and for the whole idea in the queries is, okay, it's a little bit hard, but it gives you so many more options, so you can, customize your own queries. And by creating over here, like Rachel is mentioning, you go to the mobile app, and whatever you create in the query will be there for you.
Yep. So I think that's kind of all I had for the desktop app. So if you wanted to take up the whole screen with the mobile app, maybe that might make it see better.
Yes, I
for
think
your
so.
for your next tip.
There we go. All right. In the mobile app, the first thing that I want to mention to you is that, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I am using a regular web browser. So the web browser, you have the chance to have the mobile app on your web browser, and more beautiful yet, you can select the type of application. So I want to have an iPad Pro, I can have a regular iPhone X, or I can have a regular iPad. So you just change, whatever you want to have the view. And if I close this here, I can go back to the full screen in a desktop. How to do this? You just go to your browser. I'm using Google Chrome in a Mac. So on the Mac, so I go view, and under here, developer, I can go to developer tools. And when I click on developer tools, that's when it gives me the chance to choose what type of develop or what type of view I want to have. I'm going to stick with the iPhone 10 on my screen for this demo today. But the idea, it's just to show you how it blows my mind how we can have the emulator for the mobile app on your desktop. And more importantly, if you have the mobile app on your desktop, means you do not need to pay for one Microsoft license to have access to your mobile device, to your Wise option. Of course, the mobile app's in your pocket. So I would start right there. I'm going to let you go for the second row, Rachel. What would you like to show us?
Well, I think we're going to have to dig into some of the new features that we added for this version. And first and foremost is that multiple horse location movement, or I should probably say that better in something as maybe massive location management. So to do that, you're going to go to your location management module, and you can actually check that box there at the top. There's a little tiny checkbox, yep, and then you can expand and you can actually select multiple horses, whatever horses you want to move, the whole pasture, just a few, handful. Go ahead and do that. And then you'll see that icon there at the top that looks like a little drop pin from Google Maps. So you can go ahead and click that. And when you click that, it's actually going to ask you which location you'd like to move those horses to. So once you move them there and you hit the save button, it should come up with a little notification there at the top that how many patients were successfully moved.
I still remember the time when the guys were screaming at us because we removed the education management from the desktop application for a while. This is why. We were playing we were playing with we know that the moving horses in the facility, it's something that quite happens in a very fast pace. So having the ability now to move the horses in your mobile device, it's something that we thought it would be one of the first things we should address. So you can do one at a time, or you can do just like Rachel showed us today, you can do in a massive way. So that's amazing. My turn?
I think it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to go back here to the home screen. What I really like, first of all, I want to tell you this. What you see here on the main screen is the Wise Option logo. But once you are in Wise Option 6 and you have your e-billing set, what you're going to actually see in the main screen is your logo. It's not Wise Option anymore. You're still going to have the little Wise Option, powered by Wise Option logo on the corner, but it looks more professional. When you are with a customer, let's say that you're in an auction or in a sales. COVID is going to go away soon, so we're going to have interaction soon, I hope. But you bring a mobile app and you see your logo on the mobile app. I think that is impressive. It shows your customers that you do have your records, you do have your business in your pocket, and you control your stuff. So small things sometimes I provide big messages.
I agree.
Right? Yeah. I love this thing. So we customized the logo thing. I like the quick search because on the quick search here on top, you're gonna see that you can select in different fields. Right now I'm searching by the sort ID, but when I click here on the filter, I can pick different. You can search by microchip. We have to ask our guys to fix this misspelling here, neck band, but you can do one thing that I thought that was really nice, because we are trying to give you guys flexibility in the navigation, is that when you search for something, it is going to memorize the last 20 searches. So if you search something that really, frequent, the program is going to remember, and you're going to see the results for your search right there based on your, last list that you did.
I love it.
Yes, that's something. You also have the buttons here, so you can go straight to your customers. And when you click on one of your customers, for example, let me pick here Fox Creek Ranch, and we have the tags. Oh, I don't remember what the tags mean. You just click on the tag and a little tooltip shows up. But the navigation is seamless. On the bottom, you're going to have more icons. If you have the phone number on record, you just click on the phone and the mobile device is going to make the phone call for you. If you have the email address, likewise, you just click on the email address. It pops up the screen for you to write and send an email. If you do have the address, you just click on the particular address and it goes to your maps and it gives you the direction, so you can use the GPS for that. Of course, we are integrating the credit card. If you have credit cards on the wallet, it's going to just show you the cards at this point. But the point is that from here, next step, I think in the next version, we're going to be also working so you can see the customer accounts. And I think that's going to be a huge step. Last but not least, you're going to have the icon here on the bottom where you have the list of patients for that customer. So if you're talking to that customer, you can here on the top select if you want to see all the patients, all active only, or all patients. And once you select, the list is going to change according to that. You select the patient. Here on the bottom, you're going to have the summary card, the main records, and of course the big star of this version, which is the images.
Yes.
So this navigation to me is overwhelming. You can go back over here. If I pick one horse, I could go to, starting from the horse, I click on the horse and I go, everything that is blue is pretty much a link. So I'm in a horse file, I see the owner, I click on the owner, it takes me to the owner, I can make a phone call, or I can see the list of other horses for that owner and click and answer the questions. I can use the back You don't have to try to follow me right now. I'm doing a very fast pace so I can show as many things as possible. But we're going to put the recorded version and you can try to mimic the steps that I'm doing over here. Of course, one thing that I like, if you have your inventory, you can go to the location management. And one feature that I really like about this is that I can go into my filters here. And when I go to the filters on the bottom here, I can say, no, I don't want to see all the locations. I would like to see all what I have in the general pasture. And if I go to the top here, I can say all active patients. And when I save this, sure enough, it's going to give me all the patients I have in the general location. Massive change, like Rachel said, just activate the checkbox, check, select a different location, boom, all those horses are in a different location. Oh, I want to give a call to that owner, push and hold. When you push and hold, am I doing this right? Oh, let me deactivate the buttons and I push and hold. There you go.
There you go.
When you push and hold, the menu pops up. You can go to the mare records. You can go to the patient file. You can change the location only for that particular horse, or you can go for images, but I will let Rachel talk about the images in the next.
Images, y'all, images. We finally did it.
Finally, we did it.
Okay,
oh my God.
So not only can you actually view horse file images on here, but you can actually upload images directly from your phone. Okay, both from your gallery, and you can actually take the picture right. The horse is standing right in front of you. You can take the picture and it directly goes right into the horse file. And I know obviously on the screen, we can't really demonstrate taking a picture. But when you take the picture, it'll actually give you the opportunity to crop it right then and there before you upload it. When you upload from the gallery, it will also give you the option to crop it. You can very easily edit names. We tried to make it as seamless as possible when adding, especially you can add multiple images from your gallery at once. So we know that, there's a lot of things. There's the name of the image, there's the category, description, all that stuff. So we tried to make it, if you want to go through there and differentiate each name, or if you just want, I just want an ID 1, 2, and 3. That's the default, is just to number each of the different names. So it'll save you a little bit of time there. And again, you can go back and edit the names as always. But we try to make it as seamless and as quick as possible, both for everyone out there who's using our global vet link integration. So really easy for Coggins guys.
Yes.
Also, just general, obviously, identification of horses as well. You can also view, I don't know if we have any examples on here, but you can also view the PDF files as well. So all those PDF files, contracts, documents, lab results that you guys have uploaded into those horse images will be viewable from your mobile application as well.
Wow. I every time I go for the images, I don't know if you guys who are watching us today realize, but Google Android version and Apple iOS version, they are so picky about their collections, because when you're doing stuff like that, Apple has to authorize our app to go to your gallery of photos. So they're very, very picky. So I'm really proud of our developers, the way they did this, because not only you can interact, but you can take pictures with your camera right on the spot. And like Rachel said, the GVL, the Coggins exam, so all those required 3 pictures, you can write there. So it was so many steps to go, from whatever digital camera to, transfer to your computer, from your computer, then you upload to GVL. Right now, you put in a mobile app, sit down, Wise Option, and create the exam right on the spot from Wise Option. So there are so many steps we are killing with this, and it's all about, efficiency. Another thing that it's possible with this, not only from the gallery, but right now here I cannot show either because this is the desktop, so you guys can see my screen. But when you are on your phone, there's a little button and you click on the image itself to maximize, you're going to have that little share icon. So that means you can grab one of your photos and you can send in a text message, you can attach to an email.
Yes.
And you can also send through WhatsApp, Viber, any of those message tools that you have up there. Very, very, very powerful. And one last thing I'd like to say is that you can also delete or edit massively using the checkbox. But there's also a hidden secret here. If you drag to the side, you can edit that's particular one, set one of them as the default. In other words, when you open the horse file, that's the image that's going to come in evidence. And if you go to the other side, you can delete the image. So these are
Swipe
some of
right,
the
swipe
hidden
left.
secrets. Exactly. So some of those hidden secrets that if you have the time to watch the video, fine. But if you don't, Wise Tips can bring to you.
I love it. That's
Yes,
awesome.
yes. Images being one of the fantastic things, Let's. I think this is pretty good for the Wise Tips. We are about to wrap it up here, but before we do, I'd like to give you a taste of what is coming next. So the first thing I would like to share, I think you can close the screens for now, Rachel, if you would please, for us just to talk a little bit about what's coming next, because I'm very excited. Of course, number one is the podcast that I would recommend to the owners. Number two is the meeting in August. Next week,
Yes.
we're going to have a meeting with our beta testers for the text message. So we are in the process of Rachel's doing a terrific job. I really applaud you, Rachel, for she's very detail oriented, guys. I'm going to tell you, our developers are having a hard time with her because she is going to the tiny bitty things, and it's going to look great. The point is that with Wise Option 6 now and the mobile app, you're going to be able through the desktop and mobile app to send text messages. So those are the big shouts I have to give. Please don't miss. If you're having problems with team management, don't miss the next webinar. And the following ones, we're going to keep you posted about what is going on. Wish list. Remember, Wise Option Santa Claus is in August. And, prepare your list. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate your trust. Put the trust in our business. And we keep our fingers crossed. Who knows? Maybe by the end of July, the breeding season is done for you.
Thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you on Thursday. Have a good rest of your week.
Bye.